Um,
Sorry.
yeah.
Hi.
So, so we're here with what? Demio Cosmos?
You can call me
Demiology,
Demiocosmos Demiology.
So, we're here to talk about your work, obviously, and you brought
Actually,
today
my latest sketchbook work.
your latest sketchbook work. So,
Yeah.
what can you tell us about it?
Yeah,
When did you start this last one, for example?
That sketchbook, I think I started. What was like May, maybe
Okay,
April.
so it's like
kind
a
of
month and a half worth of drawing.
couple of months actually.
Mm.
Yeah. And I made this beautiful sketchbook back in Athens.
Uh-huh.
It's a handmade. I choose all the materials and stuff, so they made it for me. And yeah, I just started working on this sketchbook.
Normally, do you just fill in one thing? I'm pretty sure you actually fill up and draw kind of everywhere on other books as well. You just like all your work during these months is not just in here, right?
Yeah, basically I have many sketchbooks, but I'm trying to focus on one so I can finish it because I have many unfinished sketchbooks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just
And, like,
drawing.
move on.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'm trying to focus on this one now to finish it. And what I do is I scan a lot of drawings from this sketchbook,
Okay.
and I'm working on them digitally on Photoshop Illustrator.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah,
that.
I'm doing.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I put like colors and stuff digitally, painting and like on the graphic tablet.
Yeah.
You know, kind of.
Do you ever also only do black and white on sketchbooks, or do you actually sometimes paint them?
I
Paint them
use
as well?
color pencils,
Okay.
and I can show you later on, and Copic markers.
Yeah.
But not on this sketchbook, on the previous sketchbooks. But yeah, I use colors sometimes as well. Yeah. So we should open the Pandora box.
Yes, let's go for it.
Cool. So yeah, I have a small quote here talking about self-motivating
Yeah.
text that I say. I don't remember the day I started, but it's the year 2019. Future Demi, we made it. When you see this, remember the good and the bad days. Don't stop drawing. You've been created for that purpose. And
Nice.
every time I open the first
You
page,
read it?
I'm reading
That's
it, and
nice.
it's kind of self-motivation.
Yeah. Ah.
That's a drawing that I started and I never finished because I get very tired when I do all these patterns, all these like zebra
Yeah.
thin lines with brushes, and I prefer to move on my drawings. I'm getting bored of them if I work too much on that. So you can see on the rest of the drawings, it's more line drawing than textures and patterns.
Is it also the mood? Like, for example, could you maybe, if a drawing takes a long time, maybe your mood changes, and then you're like, well, when I go back to being in that mood, maybe I'll go back to that painting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, sometimes I can go back to it and work more on that. Depends on my mood. It's all about how I feel at that moment because my drawing is more about what I feel.
What you're feeling in that moment.
It's more the insight rather than just to say I'm gonna draw a superhero or
Yeah.
what. Like, to be honest with you, I don't really like when people do this kind of
Out of,
I don't know, try to copy Batman or superheroes, and I like it, but it's not my thing. I rather do things from my inside.
like more like channeling your emotions. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Expressing myself through drawing and my cosmos and what I think.
Yeah.
Characters, spaces, geometrical shapes. It has to do a lot with life, death, experiences, love, sex, all this kind of stuff. Is my cosmos, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah, call it that way.
Can you maybe like tell us, for example, on one of these, like, can I?
Yeah, sure, go
So
for
for
it.
example, I don't know, on this, for example, what are you feeling, and like what does this represent for you, or like what do you, is it just like out of like maybe you don't understand it, or you don't put it into words, you just do it as it comes,
It's
right? Is it
for me,
a-
it's like writing, drawing. It's writing thoughts, ideas, feelings.
So what's this feeling?
That's feeling. As you can see, I have a lot of edges on my drawings, a lot of shapes, and I really believe on the parallel universes, and believe, I mean, it's a fact. Like we live in a kind of simulation of other people, like creating us and living in a bubble of another cosmos. So my cosmos, let's say, is another universe, and I'm trying to replicate that on the paper. That's what I'm trying to do here. As you can see here, I have a lot of shapes that can be landscapes, mountains. I have food, I have like forks, and I don't know, just people getting afraid of the space and what they're doing.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of curiosity about what is around us, why we're here, and
how we interact with the space.
Exactly. And through drawing, I think I can like express my cosmos that I cannot really express with words.
Nice.
I draw a lot of characters. I love the human figure and portraits, and as you can see later, I'm drawing a lot of friends and people that I meet.
Yeah. I really like. I mean, it's really. It comes obvious to the look that you focus a lot on feet and like hands, and it kind of like it gives the impression that it is about how you were saying that you like to express the interaction with the space within, and that's how like we touch things,
touching,
and how we walk around and observe, and it's
because with your feet you walk exactly. You feel like the gravity, like where you stand, and with your hands, hands is the most important thing, I think.
The touch.
The touch is very important. The shapes that you can touch, even the human figure with love, passion. Like there's a very big connection with food.
Yeah.
The texture of everything you feel is really, really important. And that's why I like to draw hands and fingers. Again, spaces here, you see, very geometrical spaces.
Friends?
That's, it's a couple. It's some friends from Italy that I went actually to the design week this year. And I met them, and they asked me if I can do a portrait, and I did. And the plan is that to scan it and finish it with color.
What color do you usually go for, like faces? And because for people we've seen blues, we've seen yellows in your work, some oranges, always like bright colors.
I like bright colors too.
Even greens, pastels.
I like turquoise, fuchsia, this kind of very bright colors, because my drawings, they look a lot of dark feeling, a lot of pain and expression. With color, I like this contrast of something really dark but popping out with color that brings the hope of there is a hope, don't get down, just move on. And I like this combination of dark and bright at the same time.
It's almost like because it neutralizes it becomes like normal.
It brings a balance.
It's like it's absolutely crazy, but somehow it feels neutral.
It's kind of like the yin yang, but the white is more color, and the black is more,
like darkness and sadness.
I really like to draw also a lot of fantasies, let's say, with like for example me and a girl having toys, sexual toys in my cosmos with all the geometrical shapes, kinky stuff.
So actually I never actually stopped to realize. So sometimes these forms actually represent actual people.
Yeah, it can be. But my cosmos, they're here, but in another universe they're completely different. They look like that.
That's insane.
That's a really nice one. Again, in Milan in Design Week, I met this artist. He's an illustrator, and we did a collaboration.
Nice.
He's focusing on the 9/11 conspiracy theories and all these how you call this Masonic underground stuff.
And stuff.
So we did this collaboration with the Twin Towers, and like my character tried to, I don't know, something in a planet, different planet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Again, another collab with him.
Same or like series.
He draw like a mutant boy.
I love it.
And again, my character tried to kill him with the laser boobs.
That's insane.
That's the paradise.
Yeah.
So I like to create angels and characters floating in space, let's say.
So actually, weird question, but because like all your characters seem to have like a mix of like sexes and like vaginas, penises, it's kind of like it's always kind of a mix, and you see it in every character. Is there any kind of gender in your characters, or is it fluid?
It's genderless.
It's genderless.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually
And
really
you
interesting.
can see on some characters, I don't have they don't have any gender.
Yeah.
They
That's
have
like-
nothing
yeah.
because for me everything is the same. We're all equals, and I really like to show this on my cosmos.
Yeah.
There's no really religion. As you can see here, I'm drawing the paradise, but what's the paradise? Great paradise. Maybe it's another universe that we don't know. It's
Yeah.
another cosmos. That's the way we live in. We never know. Again, that's the idea is
That's brilliant.
I created like a treadmill of a person running in front of the screen, and it looks kind of like 60s, 70s with an old
Yeah.
TV, and a guy tried to spy on him, and everything is floating.
And is that condom?
This is I draw this a lot. It's let's say the mistake of life. It's a broken condom,
Yeah.
and I want to show that everything happens for a reason, kind of like the condom broke and you've been created, and you just
And now you just deal with it.
not deal with it. You have deal with everything
Yeah.
in life, and you just have to move on with things. You don't have to like be like you know. I do complain a lot, but you know that's it. I like to draw also monsters, mutants, like liquid stuff, a lot of melting characters.
It's almost like a constant evolving in creation. Like,
Yeah.
As in, like this creature is gonna keep evolving in some way.
Probably, yeah. I don't know, because I'm drawing a lot of characters and I haven't really named my characters, but they've been coming back.
So they are resurging some,
Yeah.
like some of them.
Yeah.
That you okay.
Another portrait. Another caterpillar monster here, another space with a tongue, with a pushy eye trying to lick this cock.
Yeah. That's a really interesting concept.
That's my flatmate's portrait that I did with a third eye, kind of DMD, opening the third eye, seeing the real world, kind of. Again, another kid.
Do you think there's any representation, like an actual, like a meaning? For example, when you draw a vagina, does it like, for example, this one is a third eye. Is there a meaning, like when you're drawing a vagina for a head, for example? We've seen that in many of your characters where instead of a head, you actually put a vagina.
Yeah.
Does it have a particular, is there, what goes through your mind when you're like, actually, you know, this one is going to have a vagina for a head? Or is it just random?
No, it's not random. It's more about my feeling.
But like it could be...
Because I don't think about it. I just create
Yeah,
it.
it just goes,
Yeah,
it flows
it's
through
my
it. Yeah.
unconscious mind that creates that feeling, and I don't know. I love the human body, and because vagina and penis and all this that have been so much criticized, everyone is very shocked. Like, oh, it's a vagina. Oh, but okay, you see feet, you see tongues, you see
As
heads.
well, yeah, it just doesn't
Why
work.
don't you get because it hasn't been so much criticized? Because
it's been put on the spotlight all the time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like...
and I think we have to let it be. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's human body, human nature. It's what it is, and it's there. So why do I want to hide everything?
It's like the whole free the nipple.
Like for example, here it's genderless. I like to create just a hole.
Yeah, I've seen that before. You guys. Yeah.
That's another character, kind of superheroes, like a Spider-Man throwing the
And like
spider web and another character coming out of this web on a planet.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, and you see another portrait. That's
And do you think your style is always like developing or and evolving, or do you think you reached a moment where you said, okay, this is my style, I'm gonna try and stick here?
yeah, I think by practicing I will be involved, and I would like to do more life drawing, human figure. I've done some, but for me, I really enjoy and I really want to create my inner world rather than always try to copy things, watch things. I like to do portraits. I like to get the feeling of a person. What kind of I would like to see what they think and just to replicate that on the paper. I love doing that. Again, for example, you see I'm changing styles. You see here I'll use some other media, thicker pens. This is like a Posca pen that's very, very thick, and I'm just drawing portraits that person doesn't exist, maybe exists somewhere else, kind of.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That's another person with a third eye again. Sometimes I do things that I don't like and I just cover it with words, poems. That's a small kind of poem that I wrote about life and milk, which is the breast milk, which is the beginning of everything, the birth, the feeling with the mother you have, and also, as you can see, I have a lot of breast on my drawing, which is the beginning of birth, the beginning of life, and how we evolve, then we stay at the same, like you suck the teeth of your mother when you are like infant, and when you're getting an adult, you going back to that feeling sexually. Well, for me, it's really because the contrast is really. You feel kind of safe. I don't know. When you feel, you feel happy, and you feel like really. I'm really curious about what unconscious mind happens. Another character I see is like a scared guy. Maybe this guy is trying to kill someone or himself, and he's really happy about it. Again, it's the beginning and the end, kind of life and death. Again, another character trying to save his life from a monster.
That's surprising. At least I haven't seen that many weapons actually in your artworks.
Yeah, I do weapons, I do guns, knives. I like because it brings again the feeling of life and death. And
you were mentioning earlier that there's a pattern that kind of repeats depending on period. For example, you were saying summer is kind of a dark period for you, and because these books, well, you fill them in, for example, for like one book for 2 months or things like that. Do you actually end up, like, for example, with books where you know, okay, this is a dark book, oh, okay, this is a happier book?
No.
And
it's
maybe
mixed feelings.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no particular feeling that I'm drawing on the book.
And maybe do you feel like you draw different things depending on what like different kind of people you're with? Like, for example, if you go to Greece and you're with your Greek friends, maybe the artwork that comes out subconsciously is different than when you're in London.
Exactly.
And maybe the weather influences it as well.
I like to draw at the beach a lot.
Okay.
Going to the beach and putting my headphones and just I like to draw people, relaxing.
I haven't seen the beach yet in your drawings
because it's a new sketchbook. I haven't been there yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's gonna be soon because I'm going back soon, so
can't wait to see
it will be
that.
updated. Yeah. Again.
Oh, nice.
Scary feelings. I really like to draw because I hate it. TV, people just staring.
Yeah.
It's just kind of exactly the same thing happening now with computers. Like we're just staring at screen, kind of Black Mirror. Staring screens and getting sad because we think and we don't try to overcome thinking, but we just overthinking stuff instead of try to go a step further and not just getting stuck on a
Yeah.
cubicle.
Maybe we get too quickly into habits of consumption and forgetting the rest.
Yeah.
Things we could actually do.
It's really tricky to get into this world of screens and phones and stuff. I do a lot of digital drawing, but sketchbook for me is really, really important. The feeling of paper and pen. It's really, really unique. As you can see, angels. Oh, this is an artist that I met in an event, and we just did the portrait of each other. Again, portraits of people that I have met.
Luca?
That's Luca, yeah.
You have mine. I think you did mine in the party where we met.
I don't remember which sketchbook
Maybe.
I have.
Yeah, maybe it was another one.
That was gonna be a collaboration of few artists, but it never happened. But we said one day it's gonna be completed, so I left it there. Another portrait. Again, you can see really they're really scared, but in a way, I'm doing it digitally with color. It brings hope. But I like this contrast of my sketchbook being black and white and then going back to colorful.
It looks like blame, as in they're like screaming at each other, no?
Yeah.
It almost reminds of you know the heads, the talking heads in Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Again, I really like doing sections through bodies and imagining my characters, how they're built.
So that's like the
Yeah,
skeleton inside.
yeah. Bones.
And
there's no brain. I never draw brain.
Nice. Do you do organs? Like, do you think about the organs? And
No, not really. No.
Just like the skeleton, like
Yeah.
the structure.
Because I don't know. For me, it's I don't know. Brain exists, doesn't exist. We don't know how it works. Even now, we don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
I love the idea of the characters not having. This is the one you draw.
Yeah. This is. We do jam with some friends. We make some more electronic sounds, kind of. And this is the studio that I created. The person who was kind of he's reflecting. So he was playing the synthesizer on one side, and then he changed to the other side. So it's kind of
Copy.
parallel universe again. He's been simultaneously in two spaces at the same time, and he's jamming with himself, kind of.
Yeah.
That's again another figure drawing, live drawing on the studio.
Yeah.
Another character, angel, scared angel, looking for hope.
Is it still like, did they escape the paradise, or is this like a...
Are
Are they angels from paradise?
Yeah, kind of. Trying to... You can see all these halls are kind of portals.
Portals, yeah.
Which are infinitive cosmoses. It's another angel.
Nice.
And I haven't finished it. Maybe I'll go back to it one day, and I want to create more like a nice environment. That's another couple. They're friends, and they just asked me as well to do like a portrait. And these, you can see the faces, but also you can see the human parts, which is the penis and the vagina, that are connected them more than friends, but more like a couple.
Like a physical connection.
Yeah, physical connection, exactly. That's my flatmate chilling in the living room. That was
Oh wow.
like a small party with some friends, and there were two girls chilling, and I really liked the way they were sitting to each other, and I was
So you
like,
made it into this.
I need to do like something about it,
Yeah.
and I just draw them. And that's my other friend spying on them, kind of picking, masturbating, and that's me here
Oh,
picking
brilliant.
also, but more far away because I was
Being
scared.
Guida.
Yeah,
That's absolutely brilliant.
that's a comic idea that I would like to create. Probably, a small comic, 5 pages or something, and that's the character, which is kind of reversed, because I want to call this character as not as like a vagina woman, but like as a dick woman, and the penis guy as a how did it? I was confused. Kind of reversed words, like changing the
Yeah.
vagina with penis and the
Yeah,
penis
yeah,
with vagina.
yeah.
And the idea was, actually, I talked with a friend at that party that I showed you before, and his idea was that if you put sperm into the vagina dies.
Okay.
So you have to find another way to give birth. There's another way to give life, not just giving sperm to the vagina. So, but as men and males, we are looking to put sperm. That's the natural cause. We need to put it in the vagina. We cannot hold it.
It's almost like the whole succubus idea, you know? You know succubus?
No.
So succubus are like little demons, but they're girls, and they're extremely sexual, and their sole purpose
Like
is
Romania,
kind of, yeah. But they're like demons, and the whole like mythology behind it is that they hunt men to have sex with them, but if a man ejaculates in the succubus, he dies. But he dies.
Okay.
And they suck and they suck the sperm, and that is what gives them life and keeps them alive.
But also there's some spiders. There's also some instincts that they die when they do intercourse and stuff.
Oh yeah, mantis. The mantis. They fuck and then they eat the head of the. Yeah. So it would be this
kind of this thing.
Maybe the vagina can like the fluids of the vagina can like fermentate the penis, and then the penis head explodes and the baby comes out.
Yeah, kind of.
And it, like alien.
Yeah.
Could be that could be interesting.
So this is what I'm showing here, kind of that the penis penetrates the vagina, and the penis is so happy, but the vagina in the end dies. Another character. That's another idea that I want to create. It's a small comic as well, with a friend that talks about kind of a superhero trying to find why his father died, and he's kind of Kill Bill. He's going to this mountain that calls volcanoes. It's a big anus, and there's this master that will teach him. This is the master will teach him the right way how to fight for his father's life.
Nice. Is it? You mentioned new designs, like the kind of comics you want to do, like
exactly.
small
Like risograph designs.
Mm.
I'm planning this. And other characters, and I love doing all this kind of halls, windows, doors,
portals, like people observing people as well, spying.
Yeah. Again, I love these geometrical shapes and spaces.
Dimensions.
Yeah. That was in another party, and I just did some portraits of friends. I love when people are really tired, high, really focused. I like to draw them. Again, the same here. That's a portrait of a friend, and then I combine some other characters. This is kind of like a Siamese head. They're two heads combined together with a vagina, and my friend trying to play with the clitoris to give pleasure to these heads. Another couple here, portraits. You see it here. I did something I didn't like, and I.
So what breaks the barrier between something you don't like and something you do? Like, how do you decide? Okay, no, I have to like, I can't see this. I don't want to see this.
It's a feeling, I think. Feeling that I cannot stand.
But you think if I see it, I'm just gonna think it's exactly the same as the rest of the stuff, and it's just that for you,
for me it's not good, but for you might be. Yeah, it's
like
okay.
maybe for me it looks like the rest of it,
Mm-hmm.
but then for you that specific one, because you have the meaning behind it, you just can't.
Yeah, but you see, I never cover it with.
Like you never, yeah, you just.
Yeah, but so maybe, I don't know, in 20 years I can go back to the sketchbook and be like, what have I done here? Let me check, I don't remember.
And would you remember what you felt at that time?
Yeah.
You do?
Always.
Oh.
It's very weird that I remember
Like the connection.
where I have been, the connection I have with this drawing. It's really,
nice.
really weird, the feeling I have.
Yeah.
Another media as well. I use a brass pen. I like to use brass pen lately, like Japanese brushes with ink.
Yeah.
Kind of self-portrait, let's say.
Yeah.
And I really like to show what's fake, what's not fake. Time exists, life exists, what's happening, and I like this like kind of philosophical, skeptical face of a self-portrait, you know.
It's like tired, it's like consumed.
Yeah, he's thinking, he's overthinking, he's tired, he doesn't know what to think.
Almost inside out.
Yeah. You see more happy faces here, maybe some kids playing in another universe. That's another couple that I went to see them in Italy. I went to Venice for the Biennale, and I just drew them.
So have you ever received like bad criticism about your work?
Yeah.
Like maybe, I don't know, older people who are like, oh my god, penises, vaginas. Ugh.
Yeah, not older people, even young people.
Yeah.
They're shocked and they're like, oh, you're...
pervert, disgusting.
Yeah, you act like a kid, what is these
Yeah.
things? But they don't get the point of it, why are we doing it?
Yeah.
Why? They don't know. That's another drawing I did in the train. And that's kind of a spider, humanoid spider in another
Oh,
space.
it's beautiful.
That's a really nice portrait I did with colors, as you can see I'm using color pencils.
Yeah.
Another person screaming, getting scared, being inside of another person, getting reverse feasting. Another portrait.
Yeah.
Friends, flatmates.
Do you have any like sexual inspiration, like people that are in, like, let's say the pornographic industry that inspire you? And
No, really.
sometimes
No.
Okay.
It's all self-made kind of ideas.
Yeah.
Another portrait. That guy is scared of the brush pen, and he's trying to climb these parallel universes to move on.
It's wonderful.
That's kind of rock star singing with a microphone, and
Oh, nice.
he's really into what he does. Again, you can see
Yeah.
here genderless, with the eye, power up, I don't know, kind of astronaut uniform. That's another beautiful portrait, one of my favorite ones. Another portrait, more dark, it looks very angry, very suspicious, what's happening. I'm really, really curious about the feeling of that. I really like it. Another universe. These kind of landscapes I'm drawing, they look kind of planets.
Yeah. Craters on the moon.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Guy falling down, trying to keep himself from falling on this.
How about zodiac signs? Like, how do you believe in those?
Not really.
You don't really connect with those.
I mean, it can be a connection with the universe, with the energy. I really believe that.
But you don't follow them very much.
Not really, because
Okay.
it's kind of a conspiracy thing,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Another portrait, but here I really messed up this drawing and
Decided you had to patch it.
completely. And people liked it, I didn't, and I just put a sticker and just call it "Don't Be Scared of Pain."
Nice.
Other friends, portraits. There was a friend that he wanted to go poop, and I really wanted to draw him while he was pooping, but he refused, so I had to imagine it. And I draw him in a universe which is a portal with a vagina, looking down, getting inspired while he's pooping. This is like a hemp flower combined with anus and vagina, and the guy trying to take a leaf and
The forbidden.
yeah. Wow, it's cannabis. Wow.
And it's sweating in it.
Yeah, it's all the squirting.
Yeah.
That's another collaboration I did in a party with another illustrator. It's let's say underwater octopus with fish.
It's like a kraken, right?
Yeah, coming out mountains, more like Japanese style.
Yeah.
And this is my character tried to save the, I don't know, octopus from
Eating the fish.
Yeah.
Nice.
I really like drawing like the sea world as well,
Yeah.
like all the corals, kind of, you know.
Yeah, it really feels like very often, as you were saying, your characters kind of travel through dimensions. When I see it, I feel more like they feel like they're flying and floating all the time.
Yeah.
So I never actually imagined that could actually be underwater and they're as well floating. Yeah, could relate.
Again, that's another salad box.
Yeah.
With a lot of food, carrots.
Another collaboration?
Yeah, with the same
Yeah.
artist.
Oh, same artist.
Yeah, he did like an egg,
Yeah.
a cake, cucumber.
Carrot. And you did the carrot.
Yeah, with a guy scared of it.
Very well.
And then here we try to do a portrait of Jack Black. I love Jack Black.
Yeah, same.
And he did his style, I did my style. Some people like this one, some people like that one. I like both. But it's really interesting to see how an artist see a person.
Someone.
Yeah, expression. Another couple. Couple of friends. Another portrait. A lot of people ask me to do portraits
Yeah,
when I'm going
can
to
imagine.
parties, events and stuff.
So, do you keep your art books as kind of in an archive kind of way? Or would you actually, I mean, if you were to sell something like this, you would probably replicate it or do copies of it before actually getting rid of it?
Yeah, that's what I was.
You couldn't.
I would love to do copies of my
Copies of
sketchbook.
it, yeah, you should definitely. Like,
Probably sell them or
yes,
yeah.
definitely. And also maybe like once you have all the digital ones colored,
Yeah.
as well, making books of those.
Exactly, like designs. I would like to do
Yeah.
designs like that.
Probably also like stories involved and comics, like for further collaborations. and
Yeah,
stuff.
the idea actually I had was to make every one page with a drawing and the other page with a story
Yeah.
about the drawing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time?
Or like 40 minutes.
Well, what time is it?
2:15.
Okay.
Okay.
Very well.
Nearly done.
Yeah, nearly.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
That's you can see I'm going back to pen now.
Yeah. That's a new. I don't remember seeing this style of nipple before.
This one, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of new.
It's new?
Yeah. I like it.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
like a penis nipple. And yeah, that's it.
And here's where you're at. So you think you've got what? Maybe
Less than half, a quarter.
So like 2 weeks and a half?
Probably,
worth
yeah.
of drawings?
Maybe this is gonna be my summer drawing.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
So is there any note you'd like to finish on?
Yeah, we should do a sketch. Maybe you
Yeah,
a
okay,
portrait.
yeah,
I should
sure.
do a portrait of you.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you wanna make it like just normal, or I think it would be nice if you incorporate, if you morph.
My style.
Maybe
yeah.
you can morph me into.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should I just like stay like
Yeah.
this? Or?
Maybe you should move a bit further.
Yeah, I mean, I still have to be in the frame somehow. So.
Okay.
Like this? Do you want me in portrait? Like on the side maybe? Or?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, like this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take like 5 minutes. So.
Yeah. Do you need to focus, or do you want to speak as well?
No, you can say things.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to.
Have everyone done a portrait of you before?
I think maybe you started one, or maybe you got distracted and went without like doing.
So it's
the
only
music
me
thing,
who
or-
has done a portrait of you.
Hmm?
It's only me.
Oh, like me, someone before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many, to be honest. But I've had some before. Normally, my mother would give like pictures of me to people, and they would do stuff. So not really me like present with the artist. I did one recently. It was a zombie artist, and she did like a zombified, like he did a zombified version of me.
Nice.
Yeah, not really my style, but I mean art is subjective anyways.
Very objective, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. You cannot really criticize art.
Of course not.
As I told you, the way I cover some things, it's very personal,
Yeah.
and some people like them, some don't, like me.
Some despise them.
Yeah.
How about music? Does music inspire you as well?
A lot. I'm connected to.
Yeah, I thought so.
I love listening to music, electronic music,
Yeah.
a lot of experimental music, sounds,
Yeah.
noise. When I feel dark, I listen to a lot of noise, and
It gets you in the mood.
yeah,
Sets it. Goes deeper.
it's really, really important music. And I'm really skeptical and scared of people that they don't listen to music.
Yeah, you were saying.
I'm so scared about them. But what can we do? I mean, that's what they chose.
Stay away from them.
Yeah. So I'm nearly there.
So were you born in Greece and then you've lived most of your life in London?
No, I came here when I was 18,
Oh, okay, 18.
so to study here.
And before that, I was in Greece.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Where in Greece?
Athens.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I like Athens, but it's very still. It's trying to be more open to art and people, but they need to work on that a lot.
You think there's how's the language part, the communication between like the rest, like Europe and more like Anglophone countries? With
No, that's
Greece?
yeah.
Are they talking like English like a
Yeah,
lot?
yeah.
Is it already communicated that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I did an exhibition in November.
Mm-hmm.
It was in a bar, and I also did some live drawing there, live illustration, digital illustration, and it went pretty well. But again, as I said, a lot of people are kind of, why are you doing this? Come on, this is too much. You know.
Judging the wrong way.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, again, because of the whole subjectivity of it, it's kind of like maybe it's difficult to judge them from judging you. It's kind of like if that is the reaction that your art causes in them, that also means something.
Yeah, for me, I like it because it
Yeah.
means they are my art is touching
Yeah,
the feeling
it
of
is.
them.
Yeah, it is. It's creating a reaction in them,
Exactly.
and
Even if
that
it's-
connection, any connection, is like important.
Even if it's bad or good,
Even if
it
it's
means.
bad, yeah. Maybe sometimes even especially if it's bad. There's a lot of like controversy that helps art very often. It's kind of like if you're doing this and people hate it, it's actually going to attract them sometimes more than if they actually like it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you probably do. Have you heard of the Marquis of Sade?
No.
So he's you know the word sadistic, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the word comes from him.
Okay.
And he's one of my like favorite like writers, and he his work was like probably the most controversial of his time, and everything of his was banned.
What
and
was the time?
it was like 18th, around 18th century,
Okay.
19th probably.
So yeah, it was really.
And back then it was like extreme, like he would do torture and also like it was like sexual exploration, but in a very extreme way.
Mhm.
And of course all his work was like extremely criticized, but that criticism also kind of put
Make him.
spotlight on it. You
Yeah.
know?
I think we're done here.
I love it.
Do you want to say something about your experience with Dimiogos?
Dino Cosmos. It's like such an involving experience. Like to see, like it's all the things that we, as you were saying, we don't fit in like normality. That seeing it and just exploring it and throwing it on the paper and seeing
Then,
it. It's like
for me, this drawing means writing something for you, like who you are. It's like a small bio of yourself, kind of illustrated.
yeah. It's like you want something to be real. You paint it. Boom. That's
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
here.
And I did a very tiny small vagina here for you.
And the beard. Oh, thank you so much. I needed that. Lovely. Now I can get fucked in the beard. Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. And I see that very often. Like we not often see like the actual
The eyes.
eye. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always like a deep end. It's like is there really a soul in there? As
We
you were
don't
saying,
know.
there's no brain, so it's
Yeah.
like it's Just open
But
work.
it's just an energy. It's an energy field.
Yeah.
What we are. That's it.
Wonderful. Well, Demi. Cool. Wonderful. So there we are. Demiology.
Subscribe, like, comment.
And cut.
Man, that was very nice.
50 minutes.
So with that, we can cut it down to 15 and grab the best. Or do you want the whole thing?